Good morning or guten Morgen. This is Joe Adriel from Frankfurt on Foot, and today we're going to go inside the Carmeliter Cloister, which is here in the city archives, the Institut for Stadtgeschichte. It's right here in the middle of downtown. You can see the skyscrapers here. So we're going to look at the wall paintings that were done in the 1500s by Jörg Ratgeb. So this is our very first wall painting done. This is 1513. And the richest man in Frankfurt had this painted. His name was Klaus Stahlberg, and he wanted to have the three kings painted on here. So then the other merchants of Frankfurt decided that they wanted to buy an indulgence and be buried here, just like Klaus Stahlberg. And they chose the theme of the Poor Person's Bible for these paintings. So they were all done between 1513 and 1521. We can see who paid for it. Conrad Weiss and Frosch and his Hausfrau, his wife. So we've got Jesus's birth, Mary and Joseph. Jesus was a good Jewish boy. We can see what's happening here. We have the three kings again. Mary and Joseph making their sacrifice at the temple. King Herod has heard about the king of the Jews being born. He says, I'm king of the Jews, and he has all the baby boys under two slaughtered. So Mary and Joseph run off to Egypt. And here they are in Egypt. And now an angel comes to Joseph and says it's safe to go home. And they head home on their cute donkey. Jesus is all grown up. He says goodbye to Mary and Joseph. He gets baptized by John the Baptist. Here he gets tempted by the devil, who's offered him fame and fortune. And Jesus is looking pretty skeptical there with that side eye. It's one of my favorite pictures in here. So everything is all about temptation in here. So Jacob and Esau, he's being tempted to sell his birthright for a bowl of pottage. So this part of the cloister got bombed quite badly in the war. And also we had different armies living in here, and they were not kind to these walls. They were sleeping in the next room, and they kept their horses in here, and so they made big holes in the walls. So here we know that Judas was making the deal for the pieces of silver on this green table. Jesus washing the disciples' feet. The Last Supper. You mustn't go to Milan. You can come here to Frankfurt. The Judas kiss up here. Jesus is taken away by the guards. Comes before Caiaphas, who's rending his garments. Comes before King Herod and Pontius Pilate. And then King Herod is here, doesn't have the authority to have Jesus killed, so he has him scourged instead. And again, we've got the different groups and people that paid to have these pictures done. Everyone's buying indulgences back then in the 1500s. Pope Leo was trying to get the Vatican built. If you paid to have religious artwork done or a church built, you could have your sins forgiven for a certain amount of years. So Jesus is being sent off to be crucified. Up here at the top, we have Pontius Pilate's wife is whispering in his ear, Pontius, you know this was an innocent man. You need to wash your hands of this affair. So then we have Jesus carrying the cross here, and the rest is gone. The city knocked these walls out in the 1800s, and they were using this building for storage of goods. These are all old gravestones, but I do like the skeleton here. He's really cute. Today, this building is used for the city archives. So underneath us, we have big vaults. And they have all their archives going back quite a few centuries. These are all Roman artifacts because Frankfurt had a fairly large fort in the north end of Frankfurt called the Nida. Some ossuaries here. Lovely sarcophagus. Can't imagine how long it took to build that out of stone. And this laughing lion. Those of you who can read Latin can give this a go. Again, this back area of the cloister got really badly damaged in the war. So the Carmelite monks lived here. This is their cloister. And they lived here until about 1803. They got here about 1250 and then left when the French secularized everything. So next door we have the Frankfurt Archaeology Museum, which is all Frankfurt archaeology. So the Celts, the Romans, the Carmelite monks, the Franks. It's in the old church that used to be here. So if you like archaeology, it's a pretty interesting museum to go to. So if you look at this, you can tell that this looks very different from these. It's because the city knocked this wall out too. This is a total reconstruction with the three wise men. So I hope you've enjoyed our little visit to the Carmelite Cloister. This is free every day. Once COVID ends, they've got a good audio guide, and or you can book a private tour and we'll make sure to bring you in here. This is Joe Ader from Frankfurt on Foot saying goodbye. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye.